Hello everybody and welcome to the Football League Show episode 2 with me, Jordan, and
me, Michael.
How you doing, Michael? Alright, good weekend?
It's been alright, Jordan, not too bad. Obviously, I was at the football on Saturday, and then I feel like I've just kind of get away from you at all.
I know.
I think this has been maybe 6th day in a row together.
Aye, probably.
Just as well moving you in,
Well, maybe doubt that, but no, say welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Also going to be going through Championship, League 1, League 2. May as well just start with the Championship then. Airdrie 2, Hamilton 1. Were you surprised about
that? You know something, I think Airdrie have been a team kind of on up in recent weeks. Obviously, they've had a probably disastrous season so far in the Scottish Championship. But, you know, I think in recent weeks they're starting to pick up points, especially at this stage of the season, Jordan, when they're really, really in desperate need for wins. If they're really kind of put up a fighting chance of maybe getting themselves out of the 10th position. But, you know, to answer the question, you know, I wasn't really surprised at that. I think Airdrie at home are good. I think their fans really get behind them and kind of make their 12th man in a sense, Jordan. And I think Hamilton have kind of been struggling as well, hasn't they?
Aye, they have been struggling. No great at all, to be honest. But Airdrie, I did say last week, to be fair, I had a sneaky feeling. I thought Airdrie would have out and win. But, no, sorry, they have. I think, as I say, we said this last week, we've watched them a few times, and I always thought they were a decent team, just couldn't get that win. And I don't know if I think it's maybe the pressure's off, so they're maybe starting to get a few wins, or I think it was always kind of waiting to happen just because of how good they were playing.
I wouldn't really say the pressure's off, because obviously your pressure's never going to be off when you're sitting rock bottom in 10th position. So I'd say really it's either do or die at this moment in time for Airdrie. And I think their players are kind of starting to stand up and realise that now's the time to kind of start their season. Our seasons, we're in March now, and it's just been an absolute disaster from probably the start of the season till about maybe January time, maybe February if you like. But I don't know, Jordan, I don't think they're going to have enough to get themselves out of this 10th position into the playoffs, but results like that and winning your home games is going to give you a chance.
I know, I agree with you. I think it is a bit too little, too late type way, but no, I agree with you. But Hamilton, obviously, struggling, not a great season for them. I think the fans are too happy with the manager and the coaching staff either, but what do you think about them?
I thought that was a massive game for Hamilton, I really did. I think, of course, with Dunfermline obviously going away to Falkirk, I think that was a real massive chance for Hamilton to go out against the side bottom of the division and get 3 points. It would give them a little bit of kind of breathing space between themselves and Dunfermline. But time and time again, Hamilton, when the pressure's on, they just can't seem to perform. And you know, I'm not too sure what's going on down there at this moment in time. I think that they might be in trouble, Jordan. I think Dunfermline and Hamilton, they're so tightly matched, it's going to be really, really hard to call who's going to finish in this 9th place. But for me, I'm not too sure Hamilton have got what it takes. I think they might finish in the 12th position this season, Jordan, and down in 9th.
It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. I think they're just in a bad place now, and it doesn't look to get any better either. I think they've got a couple of decent results kind of throughout the season, but I think for them it's been consistency as well. It's just not really kicked on for them, isn't it?
I think as well, seeing times like this, Jordan, when it's getting towards the business end of the season, as you said, that the fans really haven't been happy the way things have been run at the club, and especially maybe the management team and the manager John Rankin. I think the fans really probably have made their feelings clear on John Rankin for maybe the past two years or so, but they really need to get behind them, because you know they're still in a chance of securing life in the Championship and not even have to go through the playoff. But I understand it's difficult when emotions are running high like they have been at Hamilton for the past couple of seasons. But you know, I think at this stage of the season they really just do need to get behind the players, if not the manager.
Aye, they definitely need to back them. I think they will. You'll always have your diehards turn out no matter what team it is, and I'm sure the fans will be there until the end of the season, and they probably need that. They need that boost, and they need points, whether it's, you know, the good performances or bad performances. They just need to keep picking up points to get themselves kind of that danger zone. Falkirk 1, Dunfermline 0. Falkirk are absolutely flying, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Probably a tough game for them. Obviously, at home with Dunfermline and our team who are desperately need their points to try and get themselves out of this 9th position. But Falkirk, league leaders, you know, I think for me, John McGlynn and his players and probably the fans will probably just look at that result as enough, 3 points closer to the title, and that will be it.
I agree. I think he was talking about that kind of last weekend as well, Michael. Just it's not over yet. They've just got to keep going doing what they've been doing, and to be honest, I think we'll go on to their result. I think their result really helped them out. I think they've been flying all season. I think they deserve it as well in a way, didn't they? And I said this in last week's show as well. I think Scott Arfield's made a difference. It's maybe just that icing in the cake that they needed, just to kind of push on a wee bit of experience, a top quality player. And for me, I think they've got a really good chance of really getting on and winning that league title now.
I think at this stage of the season as well, when you look at Falkirk's league position, and obviously you mentioned the teams kind of chasing them in their United, who obviously did suffer defeat on Saturday. Livingston are also probably, they've just kicked off against St Johnstone tonight in the Cup. So it gives Falkirk that kind of chance to open up a gap once again. But I think as well, Jordan, I mean, there's kind of that little football left to be played. I don't think really they'll be caring too much about the performances as long as they keep picking up the results.
I agree. I think the performances have been there as well. Yeah. Obviously, it's just obviously one of them things. I think that just everything seems to be going their way. I think I think Livingston beat them not so long ago, but other than that, I don't think they've really been in danger in a way. I think it's been really tight. Like the top three, Livingston, United, and Falkirk. I think it has been quite tight. And I think if you're a Falkirk fan, I think you're going to be excited and looking forward to the last couple of weeks of the season and see how it goes. Because I know there's still a good few points up for grabs for the three teams that we mentioned. Obviously, Livingston, the Scottish Cup. We're recording this Monday night, but Livingston obviously playing as it now. They've got a wee bit of added pressure, I'd probably say, because they'd like to probably get through in the Cup and
playing catch up.
Playing catch up in a way. So, but no, for me, I think Falkirk, I think they're in a really good place and a really good position to go and win the league. I think this year I still think United, good squad, good manager, but I think Falkirk are just a finished package, and I think they'll really get a good chance to go and win it.
Well, they've been the sleeping giant in Scottish football for me for the last, 5 years, if you like. Obviously down in League One, and it was kind of looking bleak for them. They couldn't really find a way out of that league until obviously John McGlynn came in, and he's really changed the mentality of that club. I mean, I think Falkirk as a club have just sprung to life once again. Their fans, as you say, they've got something to look forward to now for probably the first time. Obviously winning League One last season, but something to look forward to, and probably the opportunity are going to play Premiership football next season, Jordan. I think they will be there. I think they can look forward to trips to Ibrox, trips to Celtic Park, trips to Easter Road to Tynecastle. And probably Falkirk fans will feel that they'll be back where they belong after such a long time away.
I think as well, if Falkirk do go up, I think they've got enough in the squad now. Obviously, they've strengthened, but I think they're a team with good back and good manager and a good squad that is to actually go and compete and be comfortable and stay up in the Premier League if they were to go up this season.
I think they retained a lot of their squad from League One as well. And at the Championship, obviously, they've added quality, as you do when most teams do get promoted. You look to add quality in your squad. But as you said, I think in that squad right now, they do have some very good players. Their Molin keeper playing Premiership football. And of course, when you get promotion into the Premiership, it also attracts other players to go and play Premiership football, and I think Falkirk will just look to add a wee bit of quality, maybe over quantity.
I agree. I think that's what they need to do. I think that's a fair point to be fair, Michael. But yeah, again, they're still not there. They just obviously need to keep going with this season, and to be honest, I think a lot of people will be looking to see them probably getting win it, to be honest with you. Morton 2, Ayr United 1. Are you surprised with that?
I called that one.
You did call it.
I think Capel's a tough place to go. You mentioned maybe Livingston feeling the pressure a wee bit, Jordan. I think United have felt the pressure going there as well, because they're the team in second place. They're kind of on Falkirk's tails, but going to Capel is a really, really tough place to go, and I probably couldn't have think a harder place to go in the Championship than maybe going to Falkirk when you are in desperate to 3 points. That's a really, really hard place to go. I think the fans at Capel are brilliant. I think it's just an old-fashioned stadium, but the atmosphere's incredible. A tough place to go and leave a win. And for Ayr United, I think they maybe felt under pressure to perform, and Morton were right up for that as well yesterday, weren't they? Because as you said, the top three teams in the division has been Falkirk, Livingston, of course, Ayr United, and they're the teams to beat. They're the teams where every team seems to get their tails up when you're playing against them, and there's just that extra buzz around the place. I've been to a couple of Morton versus Ayr United games, Jordan. It's always a bit feisty. There's always a bit of needle in it as well.
I think that happened at the weekend as well. I think the two managers were obviously having a go at each other, and I'm not seeing obviously the highlights and stuff, but I think Ayr maybe no threw it away, but do you think that was maybe a must-win game to kind of keep them on their toes with Falkirk?
Definitely. I think, as I really keep saying, at this stage of the season, you need to be winning games. And I think especially after Ayr United went 1-0 up as well, Jordan, as well, didn't they? So, they'll be a little bit disappointed in there, and I'm pretty sure Scott Brown would have probably had to iron a couple of things out, obviously, after the game with his players. But stuff like this can make or break their season. They can feel sorry for themselves, and they can grumble about it, or they can pick themselves up, and you're only as good as your next game, in my opinion.
Well, looking at the league table now, Falkirk on top, 6 points ahead of Ayr United. Look, I think if Falkirk drop, if they lost a game, there's only 3, and then before that's all ifs and buts. I get that, but
I think there will be twists and turns in this division. I did say that. I think there'll be a lot of twists and turns in this division between now to the end of the season, because every team in that is capable of beating each other.
Aye, they are. Well, that proved it at the weekend there, didn't it? Airdrie beating Hamilton and Morton beating Ayr United. Ayr United in second, Livingston in third, Partick Thistle in fourth, Morton in fifth, Raith Rovers in sixth, Queen's Park seventh, Hamilton eighth, second bottom ninth, Dunfermline in bottom, Airdrie 7 points behind Dunfermline. As I said at the top, maybe Dunfermline only maybe a defeat and Airdrie a couple of wins away from maybe clawing a few points back. Yet again, it is all ifs and buts, isn't it, Michael?
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think the top 3, well, Livingston and Ayr United, the same amount of points on 54 points. So I think that'll be a tasty one looking to the end of the season between them two, and also Falkirk up there as well. Partick Thistle still fourth in a decent place.
Yep.
Morton just in their tails, 4 points behind them. I think it'll be interesting one thing out at the end of the season. I think it'll be good to look forward to, and I think it's a league to watch just now, to be honest with you.
I definitely agree, and I think even maybe one eye towards the playoffs. I think the playoffs are going to be fantastic. The second, third, fourth position in the championship, and whoever it is who looks to finish 11th in the Premiership, I think it's going to be really, really tight, Jordan, between the 4 of them. I think you look at Partick Thistle, who are obviously a little bit behind the front 3, but they'll still find themselves in that playoff position now, especially with their new manager coming in, but their interim manager and Brian Graham. They seem to turn a little bit of a corner, maybe a little bit of confidence back in the club, and I don't think you can sleep on them just yet either, because yourself, Jordan, the playoffs they're funny.
Yeah, it can happen.
Exactly. You can look at the season that United's had this season, but come the playoffs, 2 bad games, and it doesn't really mean much.
No, I agree with you. On the Partick Thistle, any names you'd maybe throw out there for the Partick Thistle job?
Yeah, a couple. I think one they should be looking at is probably Gary Naismith at Stenhousemuir. I think he's done a very good job at Stenhousemuir.
Think he'd want to leave though, just also because of how well he's doing with Sten? It's going to full time though as well.
It's a difficult one. I think obviously would they want to leave Stenhousemuir? I'm not quite sure, but I think when you look at the size of the club, like Partick Thistle, it's one of these decisions where I think he'll need to think long and hard about it. I think Partick Thistle, when you look at Firhill, you look at the fan base they've got, they're a huge club. I think no disrespect to Stenhousemuir, but compared to the Stenhousemuir kind of facilities what Partick Thistle will have compared to them, and of course the budget he's going to have as well if he was to make that jump. You're going to have the same names kind of floating about as well, Jordan, aren't you? I think Stuart Kettlewell's name will be floating about in there. And every time a Scottish job becomes available, you've always got Neil Lennox's name flung in the hat as well, isn't it? But for me, if I was Partick Thistle, I'd maybe be looking at Gary Naismith.
Ian Murray?
Ian Murray's another one, 100%. Yeah, obviously done very, very well at Raith Rovers. And probably, as you said, was probably maybe unfortunate to lose his job and maybe the circumstances what he did. But for me, I think it was the downfall of his own success. And that happens to a lot of managers. Did you watch the video? It was the guy outside the Partick ground, and he was asking who they thought the fans would have wanted as the manager.
No, I don't think so.
Some of the shouts are atrocious, by the way. Some of the shouts
Who
are
were they saying?
atrocious. Someone said Craig Levine. Somebody was saying about talking Alex Ferguson out of retirement. And I was looking at myself. I
think there's been a chance of you getting it, isn't there?
Surely these guys are kidding on, but seriously.
I know, I think that's probably a typical fan base, but if you're to get through any fan base and ask who they want, they're obviously, you're going to hear loads of names. But I think the names that we said there at the start, Ian Murray, Neil Lennon has always linked to every job. Do you think he would take it?
I'm not quite sure. I think he'll be due back in Scottish football soon. But I'm not quite sure, Jordan. Do you know something? I think if he did take that, I think he'd do a good job there. But I'm not too sure. For me, I don't think he'll be the man.
Nah, I agree. What about obviously any players maybe do you think maybe retire this year that maybe like to take it on?
It's quite a big jump though, isn't it?
It is, to be fair, but we've also seen it happen before.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think if you're talking about maybe any players taking it on, I don't think you can maybe look past Brian Graham, who's already doing the job right now. I think if he has a successful run at the end of the season, maybe gets him into the playoffs and has a right good go at it, then I think he'll give himself a shout. That's if obviously he wants to take it. He'll obviously get part of his women's team as well.
Chris might also still playing, still.
There's nothing wrong with still playing and doing it right now if you're so young as
Are you a fan of that?
I to be fair. Obviously, I remember Murdo McLeod done it for Dumbarton. I think who's still doing it just now? There's a couple still doing it now. Two Peterhead co-managers are still playing as well. Rhys McCabe, of course, at Airdrie, still doing it.
If it works for you, I get it. Like, it's also working for Peterhead, they're a prime example, but for me, I think you've got to... I suppose it's different. It all depends on the club and the personnel as well, doesn't it? I think you probably need a good assistant with you and stuff, but I think that was like with Airdrie. I think they were all kind of...
Did Rangers not have a player manager at one point?
No, I think Kenny Miller went to, I think was he Partick Thistle player manager, Kenny Miller, a while ago.
Livingston.
Was it Livingston? Aye, Livingston, sorry. So it's one of them things, I think if it works for you, but for me it's a no. But just looking at League One, Al Athletic 2, Arbroath 3. Arbroath, good result for Arbroath there away from home.
Arbroath, Al, tough place to go. Said that obviously on last week's show under Andy Graham, they're a good side, disciplined, work hard as a unit, and they're a good team all round. But Arbroath just seem to be every question they're asked, they just seem to have answers for it right now. I think Arbroath are probably not a team, Jordan, for me. I think they might be champions in waiting in League One.
I agree with you, to be honest. I think Arbroath have been flying. Also, we watched them, we seen them last week against Dumbarton. To be honest, I thought they were decent, but I think there's still room for improvement there. Just certain times, I think they're a bit. I think they're a good footballing team, but I think they can win the battle as well at times. But I think just they can offer a wee bit more. Maybe that's also just one game that I've seen like in the last recently for Arbroath, but really good result for them. Also, still top of the league. Al, I think they'll be a bit disappointed.
Yeah, I do. But then again, I think the way maybe the game panned out, I think Arbroath probably rightfully left with the 3 points. But I think they'll be disappointed in maybe the manner the game panned out. I think they probably would have liked to make it a little bit harder for Arbroath right at the start. I think Arbroath maybe went 2 up. I'm
actually not 100% sure.
I think Arbroath went 2 up. So I think Andy Graham will be. There's positives they can take from that. Obviously, the fight back, but just maybe want to start games better, Jordan. I think Alloa are one of these sides under Andy Graham, but they start a little bit slow and then seem to kind of play their way into the game. But against teams like Arbroath and maybe Stenhousemuir as well, you probably can't afford to start slow with the dangerous players they've got.
No, I agree. I think Arbroath are just flying just now, and looks like they're no stopping. It's a tough place to go to Alloa, especially I think they've got good players, good manager as well. But a good result for Arbroath for me. Annan 0, Steny 2. I think
no surprises.
No surprise. Steny are obviously flying this season as well. Really good team, some really good players, good manager that we spoke about just a few minutes ago. But for me, no surprise. I think Steny are flying. Annan are a bit of a bad patch, have been a bit of inconsistency as well. I think the only really thing that's keeping them out the relegation zone is the fact that 2 teams have been deducted points. I want to play off now, but also been deducted points and stuff. So, no surprises for me, to be honest, with Steny and Annan.
Yeah, I said that obviously in last week's show as well. I think it was probably only going to be a matter of time before Inverness leapfrogged Annan into 8th place and Annan drop into this playoff position. And I did call, it probably would have been this weekend. I think probably a really tough game for Annan. Stenhousemuir, who have been obviously probably up there with Arbroath for the form team in the division at this moment in time. They've got really dangerous players in the wide areas and at the top end of the park as well. And even need to look on their bench, Jordan, to see Matty Aiken and Matty Yates sitting on the bench just to show how quality a team Stenhouse Muir are, but then in the other hand, Annan Athletic have been really, really poor this season under Willie Gibson for me, and I probably agree with you. I think the two teams going into administration probably gave them a fighting chance of maybe staying up, but Inverness have just really, really kind of flipped the switch under Scott Kelliker and probably became the team that they probably should have been in this division at the start of the season when they were probably really struggling under Duncan Ferguson. But I think Annan are in big trouble this season. I think they're looking likely to be relegated for the playoffs, if I'm being totally honest.
Do you think League 2 is just a bit too strong for them, the teams that are also going to be up there?
Yeah. I think when you look at the teams that are in League 2, I think probably like East Fife might be champions, but I think Peterhead are looking good, Jordan. I think Edinburgh City are looking good as well. So I think Annan might be in trouble.
I think they will be in trouble, to be honest. I think you'll be worrying right now if you're an Annan fan.
Especially when you're missing your star striker in Tommy Goss. Bailed him out so many times, hasn't he? Very, very good player, but you miss your big hitters and you only notice how much you miss them when they're not there.
When they're not there, exactly. Cove 3, Queen of South 1. I'm actually not surprised about that result, to be honest. I think Queen of South have been
really poor away from home.
I think they've been really inconsistent throughout the season. And I think Cove, I don't know, there's something just about Cove. I think they can really drag out games sometimes. And, as I say, that's probably a game that didn't really surprise me. What about yourself?
I think just when you look at that game before a ball's kicked and you look at the two teams, including the South away from home, their form's been really poor. You look at Cove Rangers at Balmoral Stadium, whose home form has been really, really good. So for me, I think is that when you're looking at that, you can only kind of predict a Cove win. But Queen of South are still a good side. Like, they were more than capable of winning that game for me, and I think under Peter Murphy this season, I was going to say Joe Murphy there. I think under Peter Murphy this season, they just don't seem to be able to get quite going as of yet. I think you've seen it in spells that they're more than capable of being probably a good side. More than capable of being probably one of the better footballing sides in the division, but I think when maybe the game gets tough and they're asked a lot of questions and maybe they're asked to win battles, Jordan, I don't think they're capable of doing that.
And I think that happens a lot, especially in the lower leagues. Sometimes you need to go out and win the battle, sometimes more than the game, and I think it's just a bit inconsistent, Queen of South, to be honest. I think they've got some good players as well, to be fair. Cove Rangers as well, I was a bit surprised that I was sitting top in the table, but I was a bit surprised at how well they actually done this season. I thought they'd have been a bit... Dark horse means you're good. What's the opposite of dark horse?
What's the opposite of dark horse?
A light horse. I just wondering. I didn't think they'd have been up there, to be honest with you. I thought they'd have been a bit of a decline, but obviously proved me wrong, to be fair. Dumbarton 0, Inverness 1. Last kick of the ball, goal for Inverness. We were there. Obviously, what did you make of
An absolute sucker punch, to be honest with you. I think the way the game panned out, I thought it was actually a decent game. I think both sides, really went at it and made a right good game of it. I think for me, Dumbarton were probably, maybe not the best the first half, but I thought the second half they started life off really, really well. Created chances, as did Inverness, and Dumbarton were probably unlucky not to go 1-0 up themselves when Craig McGuffey sees a shot rattle off the crossbar. But Jordan, Dumbarton just seem to be their biggest enemies at this stage in the season, and they have been probably since administration. We can be in the game all we like, but all it takes is one mistake from Dumbarton, and teams are punishing us. I think individual mistakes have been killing us all season, but to be fair, that probably wasn't the case on Saturday. Probably a moment of magic from Alfie Bavidge, who's been a very, very good signing for Inverness, on loan from Aberdeen. And he's scored a lot of goals for them. I think that boy's got a good future ahead of him. And just scenes at the end for Inverness, so probably a little bit, probably for the fans, probably especially, just to get themselves out of ninth position, to get themselves into this eighth position. Probably not at the start of the season where they wanted to be, but the way things have panned out with the administration and stuff, a great feeling for them as a club, especially the fans and obviously the players and the management, Scott Kelliker. I
agree with you. I think they'll be absolutely buzzing, which they were on Saturday, also that winner. I agree with everything you said. I think took the goal really well. Dumbarton they're just really up against it. Say that on the field, off the field, really up against it. I think they've got really good individual players, Dumbarton. I think at times, especially last season, also going up, and I think you'd like to think they maybe improved this year with players coming in. Like, I think the big thing last year was Mark Durnan and Sean Crichton at the back.
Yep.
But then this year it's been a bit. Obviously, Mark Durnan's been there, Sean Crichton left, and it's just they've never that Sean Crichton player that they've needed. I think, and to be honest, I think it's just a bit of a nightmare for Dumbarton now. I'm going to say a quote again. I'm probably going to say it every week to the end of the season, but if you press the button to go to May, I think every fan and would do it. But it seems to be a wee bit light at the tunnel off the field as well, which is also good to see. Hopefully get an owner in the next couple of weeks and really kick on and get the club stable again.
Yeah, it's needed. It is needed, and it will bring a little bit of positivity back into the club. You know, on the field matters are probably taking care of itself now. I think it's probably only a matter of time until Dumbarton are relegated. I think they'll probably be the first team in the Football Leagues to be relegated, unfortunately. But you know, it has to be someone, doesn't it? So, but you know, I think for me, as a Dumbarton fan, and I'd probably hope the rest of Dumbarton fans will relate with me in saying if we get relegated, then so be it. As long as we've got a club to support, as long as we can get ourselves out of this administration and you know come out stronger on the other side. As you say, Jordan, we've heard updates from Quintuma, who are currently Dumbarton's administrators. We've heard updates today from the Sun's Trust on their Facebook page and on their website, just to say that it does look like things probably will be progressing quite quickly in the next couple of weeks in terms of maybe identifying a preferred bidder who will probably buy the club and be the new owner of the Dumbarton Football Club. So, you know, it's probably exciting times for Dumbarton fans, but also at the back of your mind, you've got a little bit of kind of nervousness in the back of your head because obviously we've been in this situation before only a couple of years ago when a new owner comes in, obviously who was Cognitive Capital at that point in time, and promise you that you're going to be Real Madrid. So it's one of these things where you just need to take it as it comes, and hopefully come maybe May, June, July, we'll see how we're sitting as a club, and we'll see how we're sitting with a squad as well, because I think our squad will probably get nitpicked coming into the season, and we'll probably be left with probably not a very big squad, so it'll be a total rebuild in my opinion.
I agree. I think the owners, when we kind of spoke about this yesterday a wee bit, didn't we? I think owners will probably come in and, you never know, they might want their own stamp and things. Yeah. So I think everything's kind of up in the air just now. But I think the first thing is get owners in and then take it for there. Hopefully get the right people in, which I'm quite confident, you know, the administrators are. So I think I'd probably agree with you. I think a lot of players will be away. The management team, to be honest, I think I don't know if they'll be there. But as I say, everything's kind of up in the air now. I think the administrators also need to sort what they've got to sort out, get the owner in, and then, as I say, it'll probably be a rebuild for a couple of years again, just to keep Dumbarton going, and then hopefully they can get back to, you know, the club being stable, financially sorted, and, you know, maybe kick on and get the promotions and win a couple of titles. See how it goes there.
I hope so, but I just as you were saying, Jordan, about maybe we don't know if the manager's going to be here or not next season. You know, I think that might play a part as well in being able to maybe keep a hold of some of the players that are already there, because you know what, Stevie Farrell has built a good relationship with squads. He's kept a good majority of them for what's maybe something like that 3 years now.
Aye.
3 years now. So it'll be interesting to see. You know, I think it will be really be interesting to see. You know, because this is his contract's running up. So from his point of view, if he would like to be here, because of course he's got a decision to make if the contract is offered to him by the new owners, if he wants to sign it. And of course we've seen that happen a lot of times, Jordan. I said that to you yesterday as well. You see a lot of times new owners coming in, even if the manager's not necessarily doing a bad job, they still want to make a change.
They want their own stamp
on it.
Just
to kind of implement their authority early doors.
Yeah.
And I think for me sometimes that's not really a bad thing.
No, definitely no. As I say, I think the thing for Dumbarton is just getting the owners sorted and then let them take care of it. And then, as I say, this time next season they'll probably know where they stand, know what they need to do right, know what they need to do, and also kick on.
I think you do just need to put your trust in the people who, of course, the new owners coming in. And, you know, you need to put your trust in the supporters' trust as well. Obviously, do a massive job for the club behind the scenes as well. So, but as I said, we've been there, we've done it before. There's always going to be that kind of hint of nervousness, but let's just hope it's a positive outcome for everybody at the club.
Here's hoping, I'm sure it will be. Last game in League One, Celtic Hearts 0, Montrose 0. Point for Charlie Mulgrews, point apiece.
My Cooten buster, eh?
Was it? So it was. So it was. Waiting a goal for Celtic Hearts, wasn't it?
I was indeed. I thought that was probably going to be an interesting game, especially for Celtic Hearts, as you said there, Jordan. Charlie Mulgrew, his first win last week, so it would have been really interesting to see if they could have followed that up with another victory at home to Montrose. So we've probably been a little bit struggling this season, Montrose. Another good manager there in Montrose, Stuart Petery, really rate him as a manager. But he's a cracking guy as well, done a very good job at Montrose. But I think this season they've got a bit of an aging squad. And I think it was one matter of time before that kind of caught up with them. And I think this season I'm kind of feeling that.
To be fair, I think you said that last year as well, just that in an aging squad. And I think it has caught up with them this year then.
I think so. I think next season you might see quite a lot of kind of new faces in the playing staff at Montrose, down at Links Park, up at Links Park even.
But it depends where you're on the road.
Depends where you're on the road, But yeah, I thought that was an interesting game that on Saturday. I think that was probably Charlie Mulgrew would have probably looked at that game as a game that they probably would have liked to win.
I agree.
I probably maybe not expected, but probably thought, we can get 3 points a day. You're playing at home, you're playing against Montrose, so probably, I think they are sitting in 7th position right now, Jordan, aren't they?
Aye, 7th in the league.
Yeah, so I think Celtic Hearts would have probably looking to go out and win that game, but wasn't to be, and probably never like a 0-0 game. You like a wee goal, don't you?
Of course. Remember somebody saying it was a while ago, I can't remember who it was, but it was, if you could change it in football, what would you change? Is that if the game finishes 0-0, either team get nothing. But so,
well,
you'd have probably got your goal at that point, wouldn't you? Just looking at the league table here, top of the league are Broth. They are 5 points ahead of Steny, who are in second. Cove Rangers in third. Alloa in fourth. Celtic Hearts in fifth. In sixth, Queen South. 7th, Montrose. 8th, Inverness. 9th, Annan. And then bottom of the league, Dumbarton. I think it's going to be close for the playoffs as well. Alloa Athletic, they're on 40 points. 5 points above Celtic Hearts. Celtic Hearts for a game in hand as well. And also I've some.
I think the top four will finish in that order.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I think it's hard to disagree with you, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really hard to disagree with you. Say Dumbarton, I think it's only kind of a matter of time before.
What a season for Housemere, but
flying, absolutely flying.
I remember sitting in here with you and Craig Telfer.
Aye.
When was that? Maybe about
just before the end of the season.
No, it was
the summer.
August, maybe about August.
Might have been actually.
For those who don't know, Craig Telfer's a Housemere fan, and he was saying that he would have bit your hand off for 8th place.
I
know. Do you know what I mean? If he told him then they'd be finishing second, they'd probably bust out laughing. Great season for them.
They're absolutely flying, and also winning the league last year as well. They've really kicked on, and to be honest, I think they really brought in a lot of players. Really did. I think they kept the majority of their squad for last year. And I think it just shows you a manager. I think it comes down to the manager.
They brought in Blair Olsen, who was obviously a big one for them.
Aye.
Corey O'Donnell up front.
He's been flying recently, hasn't he, Corey O'Donnell?
Really good for them. But as you said, the kind of nucleus of the squad that they brought over from their League 2 promotion winning team, I think they've got a very, very good squad. I think you just want to look at kind of all the way through. They've kind of the goalkeeper, you've got Darren James, centre half, you've got Gregor Buchanan, middle of the park, you've got Blair Olsen, you've got Michael Anderson at the top of your pitch, you've got Corey O'Donnell, you've got Matty Yates, you've got Matty Aiken. But for me, it's their wide players. I think their wide players are excellent, and Ross Taylor and Ewan O'Reilly. I think the two of them are absolutely fantastic. And I remember when Ewan O'Reilly was actually at Airdrie, I really wanted Dumbarton to sign him, but I think that actual option was there for me to come to Dumbarton, but then he went instead.
Oh, is it? So,
but to be fair, I think it's probably paid off for me.
I think it has. I think off the field as well, Steny, seemed to like that community club. I think they're really well run off the field as well, which obviously bundles its well down to the manager and the players. And I think as a full club, they've got that collective where everybody's in the same page, everybody's in the same boat, and well done.
I think you probably hit the nail on the head there, the way you described them. They're a real community club, aren't they? I think it's not just the first team, it's the women's team, it's the 35s. They're all together.
Looking on to League Two, Bonnyrigg 0, Edinburgh City 1. No surprise there, is it?
No, Edinburgh City have been really, really good. I think Edinburgh City have had a really good season. Bonnyrigg struggling. Probably doesn't help Bonnyrigg. They've had Forfar have turned a little bit of corner as well. That's going to get very tight. It is tight now.
I was going to say it's quite probably tight now. No, I agree. I think Edinburgh City. Uzi C get player of the month last year. Yep. Probably really deserved last as well. Last month, sorry. Aye.
In the Love It last year.
So, aye, as I say, top player. He's really kind of dragged Edinburgh City through. But I think they've got good players, good manager. Or say manager get player of the month as well.
I think as well, just touching on Uzi C, there was a lot of pressure on him going back to Edinburgh City. You know, he's took his time away from football. You know, probably, you know, fair play to him. A lot of people who do Jordan kind of find a little bit of fame do that. Probably in the manner that he did find his fame. But Edinburgh City had an absolute goal machine in Connor Young up front for them, who obviously got his move. And that left a gap in the team. And that left a real, probably they needed somebody who were going to come in there and were going to fill that gap. And that was a real tough ask. But I think credit to him. I think Edinburgh City and Uzi C just go, you know, hand in hand together. I think Uzi C is a perfect match for Edinburgh City. I think Edinburgh City is a perfect match for Uzi C, and I think he plays his best football there.
Aye.
You know yourself. He's been at some other clubs, Jordan, that's maybe not really worked out for him. But when he goes to Edinburgh City, I think you're always getting a bit of 8 out of 10 out of most weeks.
Do you know he's the only player that's played for like the all 3 Edinburgh clubs? So it was like Edinburgh FC,
Tynecastle, and Edinburgh for them.
I know. So it was like, I think it through new owners. So it was like Edinburgh FC, Edinburgh City, and like Edinburgh or whatever it was. I can't even remember the names. He's the only ever player that's
played for Tynecastle.
Played for Tynecastle when he was younger. Played for Berwick Rangers, Forfar. Was it Forfar for a bit?
That's where Albion.
Did Albion Rovers? He was there for a while. I think played for another couple. I think he went back to. I think maybe 2 spells at Forfar. And then also Edinburgh, he's played for the 3 Edinburgh. The same team, but also they've changed their name. But I top player and probably fully deserved to get player of the month in Edinburgh.
A real handful as well, and he'll be a pivotal player for them getting into the playoffs.
Aye, I agree. Clyde 1, East 5 2.
Yeah, I think East 5, of course, had a bit of a strange result last week, didn't they?
Aye.
So I think they're really looking to get back to winning ways against Clyde. You know, Clyde are a strange old team as well. I think Clyde on their day can cause a lot of problems, but they just can't seem to do it on a consistent basis. And I think for me, East 5 are probably expected to win on Saturday, and a good win for them, and probably again, same as Falkirk, probably 3 points closer to the title.
I agree. East 5 really up there, doing really well. Good manager, good squad. Clyde a bit disappointed. I thought they'd have been probably up there this season. Said that last week, but it's just not to be. I think they're really struggling again this year. Probably not as much as they were last season, but they're still doing there. I think with the players they've got, even the managers have went through this season, 2 managers. I think it's been a better place, but East 5, I think they're just too strong now, and they're obviously flying. Elgin 0, Forfar 1. Probably a bit of a surprise for everybody, but Forfar have definitely turned that wee corner, haven't they?
That's one of the kind of instances where I'm talking about, when you see teams who are do or die, and they really take to the kind of target that they need to set. I think Forfar have done that under Jim Weir. I said that to you last week. I think Jim Weir is a great match for Forfar. I think he's done superbly well in his previous spell at the club, and I think bringing him in when, you know, times are tough and you really need to pick probably the full club up, not just the players. The full club is down, and you know, he's still got a big job in his hands. You know, they still find themselves a bottom club in the division right now, I think.
No, they are. I'm sure they are. 2 seconds, I'll double check. Oh no, so Bonnyrigg on goal difference.
Bonnyrigg will maybe on goal difference, but I wasn't 100% certain. But there's still a massive job to be done. He's done massive. I think you only look at a couple of weeks ago how far behind they were. They've clawed that back.
I think now. 7 points behind them.
Yeah, they've clawed that back now, but they're going on a little bit of a run. But it needs to continue for Forfar. It really does, because as we know, Bonnyrigg can make it tough for teams, especially when they're at home on that pitch. their fans behind them. I think Bonnyrigg will pick up points as well, Jordan. So Forfar really need to just keep on winning games of football.
Aye, as you say, do or die, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, win the battle. We've got to go up there, haven't they? No, sorry, they've got to pick the points up. Spartans now, Stirling now. Thought Spartans, to be honest, would have been a bit too strong for Stirling, but even though I think both teams could have probably won that, but I did just a wee sneaky fear. I thought Spartans maybe had their number there, but not to be.
I agree. I think Spartans would have probably thought they could have enough to by Stirling Albion on Saturday, Jordan. I think Spartans haven't really been maybe the side I thought they were going to be this season, to be quite honest.
I agree. I thought they were brilliant last year.
Yeah, I thought Spartans were going to right up their chances for the title this season. I really did, but it's just not to be. And I think, you know, probably the same old story for Stirling Albion as well. I think they obviously get relegated for the playoffs last season. I think they're maybe expected to maybe have a better season in League Two, but you know, I think two of them have just kind of been pretty mediocre the full season. I think probably a 0-0 game probably sums up their seasons.
Both their seasons, exactly. Shinrar now, Peterhead now, good result for Shinrar.
Yeah, I was going to say that, good result for Shinrar. You know, probably you want to go back maybe 3 or 4 months ago, that Shinrar side probably rolled over pretty easily against Peterhead. Yeah. I think there's been a massive difference in its their part since obviously the new managers come in, and Chris Aitken, Steve Aitken. I think they've done a great job. Shinrar's just seems just a good place to be playing your football right now. And again, they've not actually changed a lot of their playing squad for the squad to just narrowly stayed up in the football leagues, but just goes to show a little bit of confidence, a little bit of positivity around the club. And you know, where are they in the league now, Jordan? Maybe 7th? Yeah, doing well.
Still need points, obviously, I think. Yeah. But I'll run through the league. Top, East Fife. 2nd, Peterhead. Edinburgh City in 3rd. Elgin in 4th. 5th place, Spartans. 6th, Stirling Albion. 7th, Shinrar. 8th, Clyde. 9th, Forfar. And bottom of the league, 10th, Bonnyrigg.
I'll give you a stat about Saturday's fixtures in League 2.
Right.
There was 2 more red cards in League 2 on Saturday than there was goals scored.
That sums it up.
Sums up Scottish football in a nutshell, doesn't it? But that's why we love it.
Aye, of course, you're going to change it for the world. It's also just looking at the Forfar really are doing well. To claw that back, Clyde still have a bit of a sticky position there.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think the way it is, I think Bonnyrigg are obviously going to be down. I think Forfar have also turned that corner. They must have a wee bit of momentum over that now. But it's still tight.
For me, I think it's too close to call, Joe. I really do. But honestly, if you had to ask me right now who I think would be that 10th place team, I don't know. The form table tells you Bonnyrigg will be in 10th.
I know, I get that. I just think Bonnyrigg could probably kick on a wee bit. I think they'll just...
You think Forfar will finish then?
No, sorry, I think Bonnyrigg will finish then. I think Forfar have just got that kind of... The tails are up. I think it could be their way. Clyde, as I say, probably disappointing season for them. Shinrar really turned a corner. Edinburgh City 3rd, Peterhead in 2nd. East Fife 3 points ahead, Peterhead, but still want to play for the back top end of the table, isn't it?
Definitely, I still want to play for, but I think for me, Fife under Dick Campbell they're just a very good team with some very good players in there as well. For me, I just can't see anything else in East Fife winning this league. I really can't.
I think it'll be a great end. I think they'd be a great addition to League One as well, wouldn't East Fife? I think it'll be coming up to the end of the season. I think you could probably set up every league in it. The top end and the bottom end, it's sort of play for a lot of teams. So it'll be interesting to see in the next few weeks what's going to happen and who's going to win titles, who's going to get relegated. And as you said earlier on, there'll be a few twists and turns. I'm sure there'll be a few surprises as the weeks go on as well.
Yeah, and as always, when we've got a full card of fixtures, we've got a presenter prediction league, don't we?
We do indeed.
So a little bit of a better league a week this week for yourself, would you say?
Aye, 10 points.
Yep, 10 points for Jordan, and I get 10 points as well. So sees the gap remain the same at 13 points. So you're currently 21. Happy with that after 3 weeks?
What are you on?
34.
No, I'm not happy then.
I've had a lot of correct results, so didn't I?
I know,
that's been the difference, though. So only this is one good week.
Aye.
And you'll claw it back.
What does the winner get?
Oh, we'll need to figure that out. We need to do something funny, like a forfeit on the YouTube channel or something like that. That'd be brilliant. We need to run it through Paul first, right now.
I've got a few forfeits we could think of. We need to have a wee think about that. Also looking on to this week's fixtures.
Well, we can't really look into this week's fixtures without forgetting the Friday night game. The old derby, Raith Rovers versus Dunfermline.
Oh, that'll be a belter. That's definitely one to watch. Oh, I'm actually doing in Dumfries.
Are you?
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so
Yeah, well,
I'll be definitely
Raith
doing that watch.
Dunfermline, that's always a good game in there, two sides meet Jordan, isn't it? Always fierce rivalry, and I think it'll be a very, very, maybe, there's always, as I was going to say, there's always a bit of need, always a bit of feistiness in there, but when Dunfermline are sitting where they are on the league table, you know, they'll be really out to beat their rivals, and their rivals be looking to put them down.
That'll be packed out as well, won't
it? 100%, yeah, that will be.
Both teams will get good backing, so is that the Friday night game?
That's the Friday night game.
There's no surprise that's been put to Friday night
for the television. The rest of the championship games on Saturday, the Dronians are home to Livingston.
I think Livingston will be too strong for Airdrie, to be honest.
Yeah, Hamilton are at home to Morton. I think
Morton
for
me,
me,
will be too strong for Hamilton as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this will be a good game for me, Jordan. We've got Partick Thistle at home to United.
I said it last week, I think United would have been too strong for Morton, to be honest. I think United will go and win that. I think Scott Brown will be looking for a reaction, and I think he'll be at it, to be honest with you.
And we've got Queen's Park at home to Falkirk.
Falkirk are too strong, aren't they? Falkirk are too strong.
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to go for Livingston, Morton, United and Falkirk.
Aye, I can't see by that, to be honest.
League 2, we've got Arbroath at home to Dumbarton.
Top v bottom.
Yeah, Arbroath, can't see anything else. Arbroath probably going to win that quite easily, in my opinion.
Aye, I think. Yeah, I don't know if you agree with me, but is it one of them ones where Dumbarton are maybe due a win, they've got to win, and could it be this bit of a wee upset that they get this week?
No,
not for you. I just try to stay positive for them, but no, I think Arbroath will probably be a bit too strong. I think they're flying now. Even looking at last week, and probably Arbroath is not the best they've played this season, and they still can manage to dig in deep and get the 3 points. But I think Arbroath will probably be a bit too strong just for Dumbarton.
Yeah. We've also got a couple of Tuesday night games as well in League 1, Jordan. We've got Inverness at home to Stenhousemuir. This is this Tuesday, and Kelty Hearts are at home to Cove Rangers.
Oh, that's two big games, to be fair. I think Steny and Inverness could be a draw, to be honest. I think that's got a bit of a draw written all over it. I think it's hard to call that one, but I think Steny should be a bit strong, but I think I'm going to go a draw for that for some reason, something tells me.
I think Cove will beat Kelty.
Cove being away.
Yeah.
I think Kelty just been a bit inconsistent since Charlie Mulgrew came in. Obviously only one win as well. Cove Rangers also up there flying, so no, for me it wouldn't surprise me if Cove went out and beat Kelty Hearts.
I think Tuesday's only the start of a massive week for Inverness as well, because they start the fixture, they're at home to Annan Athletic.
That's massive week, massive game. 2 massive games, to be honest, and they could see themselves, put themselves further adrift up the table.
I feel like they will beat Annan on Saturday.
Yeah. Who's at home there?
Inverness.
Aye.
I think they might take 2 or 3 off them, to be honest with you.
I think it might be a
bit of a gubbin, to be honest.
Aye, to be honest, also watching Inverness at the weekend, I thought they were really good. I think, am I right in saying they've won 10 out of the last 15?
No, 100% certain with you with the stats, to be honest with you.
I'm sure I've seen that, but I think Inverness are too strong for Annan just now. I think the way they're playing the last few weeks, I think sums it up, to be honest. But interesting week for them, big week for them. I'm sure they'll know about it. And I just think Inverness will be too strong for Annan.
Montrose at home to Cove Rangers. I think that'll be a close game. I can see a draw.
Is that Saturday?
Yeah.
Montrose at home to Cove Rangers.
I can see a draw.
Can you?
Yeah, Montrose are.
I think Cove Rangers.
I think Montrose are hard to beat at home on the park. Montrose have always been good at Links Park.
I'm going to go. I think Cove Rangers for me, to be honest.
Queen of South at home to Alloa. Queen of South are good at home.
Aye, I'm going to go Alloa, but I'm going to go Alloa.
Yeah, and then Stenhousemuir are at home to Kelty Hearts. Steny.
Aye, Steny. Steny, as much as I like Kelty Hearts, and I think they've got good team. Obviously, Charlie Mulgrew's in there. You want to see him do well, but yeah. I think Steny are just going to be a bit too strong for them as well.
On to League 2, we've got a Tuesday night fixture in League 2, and it's Elgin City at home to Spartans.
I think Elgin City will win that, to be
That'll
honest.
be a good game, I think.
Will be a good
That'll be a good game. I think, I don't know.
I know it's a poor result for Elgin. I know it's a poor result for Elgin at the weekend there, but I think they've got what it takes to go and beat Spartans as well.
They do. And
I think they've done a really good season, to be fair.
yeah, they do have what it takes to go and beat Spartans, but I don't know. I really don't know about that. I'm gonna go for a Spartans win. I'm gonna go for a Spartans win.
That'll be interesting for the league predictions.
Yeah. League 2 Saturday's fixtures. We'll get Bonnie Rig at home to Stirling Albion.
That could probably be the worst game of the weekend. For me, I don't know, to be honest. I think that could probably go either way.
I'm going to go Bonnie Rig. I think Bonnie Rig at home, desperate for points. Their fans will get behind them. They'll make that a tough game. They'll make it sticky. They'll get in their faces. I think Bonnie Rig.
You think so?
Yeah.
Something tells me Bonnie Rig as well, but I just feel that Stirling have got I don't know. I know what I was saying about that part being a leveller, but I think just Stirling. I'm going to say Stirling, to be fair. I think Stirling have got a...
We get East Fife at home to Stranraer.
Stranraer have turned a corner, but I think East Fife will be far too strong
for them.
See, to be fair, that wouldn't surprise me if it was a draw, to be honest.
For me, I think East Fife are too much. So I think especially at the top end of the pitch, Jordan. I think East Fife are just too dangerous. We look at your players. What do you make of Robert Jones scoring on Saturday and getting a wee assist for East Fife? Didn't expect that for him.
You say you're a fan of Robert Jones?
You know, he's so frustrating because he can be absolutely brilliant one week and the next week he's absolutely dog meat.
Right.
But you know, he's got that in him. He's probably not. See, looking at Robert Jones, you're going to think like he's a target man, but he's probably not. To be honest with you,
he's got a bit of everything sometimes.
I don't see for his size. I don't think he's particularly great in there.
You don't think?
No, I think he's good with it. I think he's better with the ball at his feet. He's an absolute nightmare to get off the ball. I think when he's on the ball and he's running with it, you know, I don't think you're going to out-muscle. I think he's a big presence. He's hard to get off the ball, and I think he's better playing with someone with a bit of pace along beside him rather than a lone striker.
I get what you're saying. I think he's been about as well with the World Leagues, hasn't he?
Yeah.
In Scotland, so.
He's been to Stranraer, Dumbarton, Clyde, East Fife, Broomhill,
I think he was at Broomhill.
I think he was at Broomhill as well.
A couple of years ago. I think, did they not go for Clyde to Broomhill? Or the other way about, maybe? I
think he went from Broomhill to Stranraer.
Did he? That definitely rings a bell. I'm sure he was at Broomhill.
We've got Elgin City. He's been at Elgin City as well.
Elgin City, aye.
We've got Elgin City at home to Clyde on Saturday.
I think Elgin City will beat Clyde.
That'll be a good game. You know what? That was one of the games last season with two of them 9th and 10th for a long way. Remember that?
Aye,
that was always a good game, and I think they've kind of continued that kind of rivalry over to this season. Even though obviously Elgin are the other end of the table this season, but I think that'll be a good game. I think Elgin will have too much for them. We'll get Forfar at home to Spartans. I'm going to say Spartans. I think Spartans will.
I think that could be a draw, to be honest.
I think Spartans are good on artificial surfaces. I really do. And I think obviously Forfar playing on an artificial surface. I think just the way Spartans use the ball and move it about, they're really, really fast.
I think that's got a draw written over to be fair. I think, to be honest, I think Forfar also looking for points. Have had a bit of momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Spartans know their greatest season. Still have a good team though, and that's a hard one. I think a lot of fixtures are quite hard this year.
I think Spartans will have too much quality for them. I think they'll have too much ability.
But interesting, I think if you were to go to a game this weekend, that could be up there.
You know yourself how good a team Spartans can be, especially on that artificial surface.
I agree. But for me, I just think if I'm going to, I don't know why. I just see sometimes you just get that gut feeling, and it's.
No, I understand.
I'm going to go a wee draw there, but
for me,
saying that could all change with tomorrow night.
I think you've just said Forfar versus Spartans might be the game to watch if you're going to a game this season. For me, I don't think it is. Peterhead and Edinburgh City.
Up in Peterhead as well.
Yeah, a very good game. very good game. Two good teams going at it for me.
Aye, that'll be interesting. That will be interesting. Is that the game? Did they know if a game on Tuesday night is for them or Wednesday night?
Not too sure, Jordan. Do you know what,
A few weeks ago.
For me, I think this will be a very, very good game. I think Edinburgh City are more than capable of winning it, but I think for me, just at home at Balmoor, I'm going to say Peterhead.
Aye, I think Peterhead have got enough in them, to be honest. I think if I was to pick somebody, I'd go Peterhead. Well, between the two teams. Yeah, again, Edinburgh City as well, flying, isn't they? Like, this is a tough one, to be fair.
You can't predict at this stage of the season. That's what for me. This is the worst stage of the season to try and predict results, or to try and put that coupon on or anything like that.
Aye,
because empty can be empty. You know, teams are desperate for points. Teams at the top of the table are sometimes like they do start to feel the pressure. The teams at the bottom half of the table, they're all fighting for points. They're all fighting for league positions.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. You know, you can have two, three good games, good results, positive results in a row, and then you drag yourself up maybe 2 or 3 league positions. It's just so tight in all the leagues at this moment in time. It's just Scottish football, isn't it?
That's it. I think the Friday night game also stands out as well. I think that'll be a belter. As I say, I'm done in Dumfries. But who's done Dumfries? We've got Annan got and
Annan's away to Inverness. Queen of the South are at home to Alloa.
Off, maybe take the girlfriend along. I might be Saturday's game.
Check to see if it's always Sharks are playing.
The ice hockey. That's another show, isn't it?
I know, but just take cut it.
I should enjoy it. I think definitely, but I think a good weekend of football, to be honest. I was looking there, as I say, we've recorded this on Monday night, as it stands now, Livingston and St Johnstone is not in each in the Scottish Cup at half time. I think Livingston have got a well within a chance of going out and winning. Also, we've not seen the game or anything, but who do what's planning out?
Not too sure. I think St Johnstone might have a little bit too much for them, but I don't want to make a prediction because they'll be watching this on Tuesday. If Livingston winning, I've said St Johnstone will get it tonight. Aye, I'm going to say St Johnstone might have a wee bit too much for them, but I did say last week's show this is a game that I think for me to get extra time right now about it.
Aye, I think I agree with you, to be honest. I think it's one of them games. Hopefully it does have the extra time, but no, I can see the extra time, to be honest, and a wee bit of penalties. The good bits of the game and stuff, but aye, Livingston, I really like Davy Martindale. He's just like a character, isn't he? I think
Chris Kane, Stevie May playing against his old club.
That's right, actually he's a bit of St Johnstone legend as well. Fan of Stevie May, also watched him against Airdrie this year, like Livingston against Airdrie. Watched him on the telly a couple of times, really think he's a good player. I think Livingston have got, I think they get put down as maybe anti-football sometimes, but I think in the Championship. What do you think that Davy Martindale's comments at the weekend also about being in the Championship? Do you think it was maybe looked into too much? I do get what he was saying in a certain sense.
Yeah, I do get what he's saying to a certain sense myself, Jordan, but I think when he's saying about the budgets are all kind of relatively the same and there's no team who's got a runaway budget, I don't really agree with that. I think when you're looking at that sense where you've had Hearts in it, you've had Hibs in it, you've had Dundee, you've had Dundee United, you feel it goes back as far as Rangers, all their budgets below the other teams in the Championship out of the water. But then again, I do agree with his points what he says about the Championship's a great league. It's really, really tight. And they also said that you're playing to win.
Aye.
I think probably Livingston are probably seen as anti-football because they've been in the Premiership for that long when arguably they probably were punching above their weight.
I
think now that they're into the Championship and they've got the chance to go and play and go and showcase what they can do and how good a football team they can do, and they're playing against teams probably who maybe do have similar budgets to Livingston, who maybe do have maybe the similar standard of players what Livingston have got.
I got to agree with you, but I think I do get what he's saying at a certain point, but surely like I get what he's saying. He's also just
every team has to have aspirations to play in the top flight.
Of course, I think there's a bit of a debate on a podcast, obviously, would you rather win the Scottish Cup and get relegated type thing? Not or stay in the SPL. What would you say about that? Would you rather
if I'm Livingston right now,
I'd
rather win the Scottish Cup.
100%, wouldn't you? What about also the turnaround of that? St Johnstone could also be getting relegated. I know that's not the league.
I'd rather stay up and
then win the Scottish Cup, would you?
They've already done it.
Exactly, they've done it. Also that double that time, but no, definitely a great weekend of football. Couple of midweek games. That's it. The late nights are coming in. I'm sure there'll be it's a few a few midweek games coming in. It's always
Not
good to
just
go
at,
and see.
not just at this level either, at all levels.
All
We
levels.
love it. We love it. We love the football.
That's it. And remember, look, thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, share, subscribe, go and have a wee look at our Twitter and stuff. Obviously, the other shows, we get the SPL, West of Scotland, Lowland League. You've got your show, so go and give the boys a wee message and stuff. Get your points across, and thanks for listening. Any last words?
No, I just want to thank everybody for listening. Hope you enjoyed this week's show, and we'll get football to watch tomorrow. So you've got your choice between attending a game on a Tuesday night or watching our show.
Aye, and if you're attending the game, just watch the game. Watch us on Wednesday. So, right, no, brilliant. Cheers. See you later.